Hey Garden Friends and Family, good morning. It is October 6th and today is the first day of our bread making October. So it's going to be hashtag bread making October, and I am partnering with Grammy in the Kitchen, Vicky. She's amazing. Check out her videos. I'll link her channel below. But today, so y'all, one moment. All right, let's try this again. So today I'm going to be doing pizza crust, but I'm going to be doing the pizza crust. I'll link the video or the recipe below. I've made it several times. I've showed it once before on my channel, but today I'm going to show you how to do it 3 different ways. So I am going to show you the base on the first one, and then I'll show you what I'm going to be doing with it. So I'm just tripling the recipe. That's all I'm doing the first time. Actually, no, I'm not tripling it. I'm going to make 3 different batches because I'm going to be changing the spices in it. So let's just get going and let's just start making some bread in October, people. Come on, let's have some fun. Let's go. All right, so what I'm going to do is what I've decided to do is I'm going to do 1 double batch, and then I'm going to do a single batch, and that single batch is going to be the different spices that I'm going to use because I want to make it a little bit, I'm going to put some jalapeno in that one, and then this one's just going to be the standardized. I'm going to make pizza crust out of it, and then breadsticks, and then this one I'm going to do like hoagie bun style. So we're going to get going on that. But yeah, let's get all of our ingredients out. Alrighty, so we have everything laid out. We have our olive oil that we're going to need for both, our salt that we're going to need for both. For the double batch, we're using garlic powder and basil. This I got from Azure Standard. This I don't remember where I picked up. But I know this is the end of it, and then we can start using my fresh. And then this is tomato flakes that I made from the garden. And these are my jalapeno flakes I made from the garden. I'm going to do like a little spicy over bread in those hoagie bun styles. And then we have our yeast. I get this in a big container from Azure. And then here's our flour and our sugar. So we are just going to get going. Here's my 2 bowls. This is my double batch, and this is my single. And I'm just going to bring you along, and I'm just going to do the ingredients as is, like together, like 2 cups, 1 cup, just so I can keep the flow going. And because I'm not going to bake some of this stuff right now. Like I'm going to freeze the pizza crust, and I'm going to bake the breadsticks, and I'm going to bake the rolls because those are for tonight for dinner. But I just want to show you how you can make one recipe 3 different ways. The original, ad-libbing on the breadsticks, just cutting them differently. That's all I'm doing. And then making these into a bun, which is super cool, and my family loves them. So let's get started. All right, let's get doing bread making in October. All right, we are going to start with, the recipe calls to start with 1 cup each. So since I am doing a double batch, I'm going to do 2 cups in here and 1 cup in here. So everything is going to be doubled in this one, and everything is going to be regular in this one. I was afraid that was going to go all over, folks. Whew. Y'all, I am like so nervous because this isn't my normal flour container. I bought 25 pounds of flour from Sam's Club, and so I normally keep it in a fairly big container, but I had to separate it into smaller containers. So I'm trying to use the smaller containers first. So there's 1 cup. And I think after baking today, I think I might be able to get rid of this. Hopefully. We'll see. So you just make sure it's level. There we go. So 2 cups in there. Press it down. Level it out. So there's our 3 cups. And we're going to come back and we're going to add more flour. My computer shut off. Come on. There we go. All right. So we're going to come back to this. Now we're going to do either 1 package of yeast or 2 1/4 teaspoons. So I have a 2 teaspoon here, so I'm just going to do 4 in here and 2 in here. This one's wet. I prefer using this one, but obviously I don't want to put anything wet in my yeast. So changing out, this is why I have multiple measuring. So we're going to do 4 1/2. 1, 2, 3, 4 1/2. And then this is just 2 1/2. Or 2 1/4, excuse me. So we're going to do 1/4 and 2. And we're done with our yeast. Now we're going to do 1 1/2 sugars, teaspoons. This is the big kahuna that I normally put my flour in, but 25 pounds is more than this. So we're going to do, this is our sugar, so we're doing 1 1/2 in here and 3 in here. So I'm just going to make this my half again. Put that in there. And we're just doing 3 of these. 1, 2, and 3, and done with the sugar. I love these. These are Lock and Lock by QVC. They're great. All right, 3/4 of a tablespoon of salt. And this is pink Himalayan salt. So I got 1 of those, and then we're just going to do 1 and 2 of those. Now, this is where the spices get a little differently. We're gonna add, you can use an eighth to a fourth of spices. So I'm just gonna do a fourth. I always go over people. These are so good. You can't screw it up. You really can't. All right, and then we're gonna add some basil. And I'm just gonna change this to a half so I don't have to double dip. Got that in there. A little bit more basil because you can't go wrong. Now, this is my homemade pepper flakes. And if you remember, I did this a couple weeks ago and I was dying. I was like, oh my God, it was too much. So we're literally not even doing a full fourth. Because it's potent. Excuse me. And these are my homemade pepper flakes. I did put some salt in here. I have to figure out how not to get it so clumpy. Because everything is dried. And it's fine after it shakes up, but I don't know. Who knows? Now I am gonna put a little bit of garlic in here, just because you can never go wrong with garlic. All right, so that's what we have thus far. So these are our dry ingredients. Now we're gonna add warm water. We're gonna add 3/4 of water in here. 3/4 of warm water here, 1.5 in here. And then we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of olive oil and 4 tablespoons of olive oil. And that's what we'll use this because it's already wet. So I'm just gonna pour these in now. These are tablespoons that we need, and I need 2 for the original regular order batch. So there's 1. So I need 4 for this one. 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to do 2 over here. 1. And 2. Now I'm going to go get the water. There's 1. There's a half, so that's your 1.5. And here's our 3/4. All right, now we're just going to mix and stir. And this is where we're going to come back and we're going to add our other cup of flour. So we're going to do 2 more cups in here and just 1 in here. So let's get that going here. My hands are a little wet for the butter. So at least 2 cups in here. You can go up to 2.5. Okay, so there's 1. there's 2. All right. I'm gonna grab another spoon. I'm gonna stir this one up. This is our spicy with the jalapenos, and we're gonna add 1 more cup to this one. And just push it down and level it out. And now we're done with our flour officially. Now we're just gonna stir. So I'm gonna time lapse this because you don't need to hear me talking. All right, mixing that really only took about 30 seconds for each. It did not take long at all. So now what we're gonna do is we're just going to make sure everything is well combined with our hands. My hands are clean. So, and we're gonna get in here. I just want a little bit of flour, not a lot, just for my hands. So I just wanted to say a huge shout out to Vicki at Grammy in the Garden for wanting and willing to do this collaboration with me. I think she's amazing. I love her videos. I will link her channel below, so you can definitely check her out. She's phenomenal. She has a lot of kitchen prep, a lot of day in the lives. So check her out. She's awesome. She's great. All right, so here's what we have. We just want to mix it a little bit so we can get it into a ball. We're not done with this yet. So now we're going to come over here. We're going to do the same thing. Peel off all the extra doughs. Just stick that right there. And they are going to be a little sticky. And you want that. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing here. We're just going to get it so it can form a nice dough. I mean, this isn't perfect, but we will be getting it to where it needs to be for our next step. I don't feel like I really need this recipe anymore, but I don't want to steer you guys wrong, so I keep referencing the video or the recipe online. All right, so now we are ready for phase 2. So we have this stuff done. Now we got our other bowls. These are our rising bowls. We're gonna get some olive oil in these bowls. We're just gonna drizzle it. And then we're gonna take our pastry brush and we're just gonna go a little bit of everywhere. We're just gonna paint the pan. Doesn't have to be perfect. The dough's just gonna go in and rise. This is just so it doesn't stick. But you wanna get it all the way up so it can be, so it doesn't stick as it rises. So, and you want a little bit left in there because we're going to roll the dough in here. So this is for my bigger one, my double batch. So I just want to make sure every like crumbs are in there. So we're gonna fold it a couple times just to make sure. All right, now we're gonna take our goodness. That looks beautiful. It smells amazing. And we're just going to wipe it around the edges and the bottom so everything is coated so it doesn't dry out. This is so important because it doesn't taste different, it just is harder to work with and knead. So there's that one. See that? This over here. And we're just going to do the same thing with our single. And we're going to get into the kneading after we let it rise. Now, you can let it rise. The recipe says 30 minutes. I'll be honest with you, I let it go about 45 to get a really good rise on it. So, we have our two pans. We have our double batch and our single batch, our garlic and basil, and our jalapeno, tomato, and garlic. So now I'm going to cover these. I'm going to wash my hands really quick. Alright, so now my hands are clean. I'm going to pull some cling wrap out. We're going to cover it. We're going to set it on top of the stove. The stove is not going right now. I'm going to go get a kitchen towel and I'm going to put it over there. I'm not going to show you that because that's just something that I do. You don't have to do it. I do it though. And the reason why I did it is because my grandma always covered her bread dough with saran wrap and a towel. So I don't know if anybody else does it that way, but I do because Grandma did it. So if Grandma did it, it's right. So we're going to let these set for 45 minutes and then we're going to come back and we're going to make them into what they need to be. So see you in 45. Alrighty, it has been 45 minutes. So here is our double batch. It's definitely doubled in size. So I'm just going to punch it down. I'm going to take it and I'm just going to knead it. Not knead it too much. One moment. Forgot to put my flour down. Flour my fingertips. Don't want to put too much on it because you don't want to change the texture, but you definitely want to make sure that it's not sticking. So I'm going to make breadsticks with half of this and pizza dough with the other half. See how nice and smooth that is? All right. All right, I'm going to take my pizza cutter. I'm going to flatten this out, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wrap this up in some saran wrap. I'm going to freeze this. Actually, should I do that? Yeah, I'm going to freeze this. But it's pizza dough. You put it in a pizza pan, you work it out. And then, so when I'm ready to use this, let me step back here. When I'm ready to use this, I'm going to thaw it out fully, probably lay it out the night before. I'm going to roll it out into my pizza pan, making a nice circle. Poke holes in it. put my toppings on it, and then bake it at 350 for 15 minutes per the directions. But right now, that's our pizza crust. So we're going to take some more flour and we're going to make these into breadsticks. I like working on parchment paper. And while we're getting this ready, I'm actually going to start preheating the oven to 450 degrees. Just going to roll it out. Now you can do it as thick as you want it or as thin as you want it. We like our pizza sticks or breadsticks. Y'all, that could have been really bad. Stick that over there. So just roll it out. This is a half or one so let's just say I'm doing this as a pizza. I would put this on my pizza pan and I would take a fork and I would poke holes in it. We like our pizza crust a little bit thicker, and obviously this is going to rise as it's cooking. All right. This is what we're going to do for our breadsticks. You go as thick or as thin or short or as long as you want. That's usually how I do it. I'm not going to cut it in half. Put it over here. Give them a little bit more room to breathe and to grow. And you can make these however you want. Like I've done in the past, Parmesan cheese with garlic butter. Today, I'm just leaving them like this. I'm gonna let them sit for about another 10 minutes. I'm gonna cover them with some saran wrap, and then I'm gonna bake them. So, just to, you know, and you don't even have to let them rise. You know what, I'm not gonna let these rise, because I'm gonna have the bread rise. So let's get these in the oven. All right, this one is our tomato and jalapeno and garlic. Can't wait for this one. I thought I had pause for a second here. Hold on, give me a second. I guess I ran out of parchment paper, so I have brown paper sacks that have never been used. I get them at the grocery store. I just pick them up and I don't use them. I just grab them for cookies when I put cookies out. So I'm just gonna do that. So here's our bread dough. It has risen, and I'm just gonna knead it like I did with the other. Smells so good. You can smell that garlic. You can smell the jalapeno. Now this one we're gonna let set and rise because I do want, I want a nice size height hoagie bun. I think this would make a really good pizza crust too. Oh my gosh. Just give it a little bit different flavor and pizzazz. Oh, yum. So yummy. All right, so because I do want my rolls a little bit thicker, I'm not rolling this out all the way. So when I cut it, this is going to be my open end. And then I just flip the back side over. So that is that. And then I'm going to add this so I can cut it easily. Let me get my tray. You just spray the pan really quick. So you got that. Just fold those over a little bit. All right, so I have the breadsticks here. They look so good. Look at that. Oh, yum. These are really warm. They're very, very hot. But hot. Whew. Way too hot. All right, here we go. I tore some off. It's blowing it. Oh my God. So good. So good. Oh my gosh, these never get old. All right, when the hoagies come out, oh my gosh, I'm gonna finish this. When the hoagies come out, We'll be tasting those just a little bit because I'm going to have them for lunch or part of dinner tonight, actually. But cheers. Well, garden friends, I am not making the same mistake twice, but I do want to let you know this is our jalapeno tomato garlic bowl. So we're just going to slice it down here. We're going to do it. I'm going to let these cool a little bit because I literally just pulled them out. Got some funky looking ones. These are the two that I tried to like do these just into a bun. I've done it before, like you can see the crease. These I decided not to because I knew that they were going to get pretty thick. So since this one is the ugliest one, I'm going to ooh, that's hot. Ooh, hot. Cheers. Yeah, you can have a little hint of the jalapeno. You can definitely taste the tomato and the garlic. These might be my new favorite. Good job, Judy. So here is the pizza crust that we had out. We decided we were going to have this for lunch today. So this is the crust. It's in the pan. It's not perfect in the shape, but it's going to fill out and it's going to be beautiful. So let's just get going and decorating this. All right, so first steps, we're just going to poke some holes in our crust so it doesn't explode.
Okay.
Check, I'm recording.
You are?
Yes, and it's not on time lapse.
Okay. Hi, garden friends and families. Subscribe for more content coming your way 2 times a week, 3 to 4 times a week.
That would be my son, who also has a YouTube channel.
Did you tell them about my special abilities?
Yeah, come on.
I have Asperger's.
Jackson, come on now. So we're just doing some homemade pizza sauce on here. Now, it was requested that we do some vegetables. I cannot talk today. So we're going to do some pepperoni, we're going to do some cheese, we're going to do some vegetables. All right, garden friends and family, here we have it. We have a pepperonis and then we have a vegetarian. We're just gonna add some cheese onto this and then we're gonna put it into the oven for about 15 minutes on 350. And then the kiddos will have lunch. Just really quick, easy, simple, healthy. As you can tell with all the pepperoni, you know, forget the vegetables. We got plenty of pepperoni on there and all the cheese. So here we go. I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. Just a little bit more cheese. All right, garden friends, family, I just wanted to take a quick moment here and talk to you about my t-shirt. My friend Sarah at Sassy Crafter, she made this for me. Isn't it cute? She has a ton of stuff over there. Anywhere from household things to wreaths to t-shirts to kitchen towels. So go check her out. I'm going to leave her link in the description box below. But check her out. She's really talented and she's a personal friend of mine. So going back to the pizza dough. All right, garden friends. So we have our pizza, our pepperoni, and our vegetable. And then, so this is, remember we doubled this recipe. So here's 1/2 of it. And then we got the breadsticks. We have about 16. I think some of the kids ate them already. And then this is the other batch that we did with the jalapeno and tomato to give it an extra flavor. So this is what we got for our bread making in October. Again, thanks for Vicky for doing this collaboration with me. And I hope you all have a great day.
Mom's pizza taste test. Oh god, the crust is really good.
You like
End
it?
the video, end the video, end the video.